Hello and welcome back. We are diving into week 19 of pregnancy, and let me tell you, it is a big one. There's some incredible behind-the-scenes progress happening for your baby, and of course, some very real changes for you. So let's get right into it.
Okay, first things first, let's talk size. Right now, your baby is about 6 inches long and weighs around 8.5 ounces. Now, to help you picture that, think about a large, ripe tomato. That's pretty much the size and weight we're talking about. It's just amazing how fast they're growing, isn't it?
But size is really just one part of the story. Some of the most fascinating work is happening right on the surface, where your baby is developing this incredible built-in defense system for their super delicate skin.
Okay, think about this for a second. Your baby is literally floating in amniotic fluid all day, every day. I mean, can you imagine spending 9 months in a bathtub? Your skin would be a total mess. So how in the world does their brand new, fragile skin stay so perfect?
Well, the answer is this amazing stuff called Vernix caseosa. It's a white, greasy, kind of waxy coating, and yeah, some people do describe it as cheese-like, that covers their whole body. This is their secret weapon. It creates a totally waterproof barrier between their skin and the fluid around them.
Honestly, this says it all right here. It's like the ultimate all-natural waterproof moisturizer you could ever imagine. It's just nature's genius way of keeping your baby's skin perfectly soft and totally protected.
So you might be wondering, how does this greasy stuff actually stay on? Well, it's this brilliant two-part system. First, a layer of superfine, almost fluffy hair called lanugo grows all over their skin. Then, as that vernix forms, the lanugo acts like a perfect little anchor, gripping the coating and holding it right in place. What an ingenious design, right?
But it's not just about the skin. Week 19 is a huge leap forward for the brain and the body. We are talking about a full-on sensory explosion and some really big changes in how they're proportioned.
And when we say lightning speed, we are not exaggerating. Inside that tiny brain, specialized areas are developing at just an incredible rate. You've got neurons firing and forming these complex connections that are going to lay the groundwork for all of their senses.
So right now, dedicated parts of the brain are being wired up for each of the 5 senses: smell, taste, hearing, vision, and touch. What this means is your baby is becoming so much more aware and responsive to the world, even from inside the womb. And at the same time, their body is making a really key physical change. For the first time, their arms and legs are actually in proportion to the rest of their body. They're starting to look less like a little curled-up fetus and way more like a tiny, perfectly formed newborn.
Okay, so with all this incredible growth going on, your body is definitely working overtime. So let's shift the focus over to you for a minute and talk about some of the common things you might be experiencing right around week 19.
Does this sound familiar at all? You're finally drifting off to sleep, and then bam, a sharp, seizing pain in your calf jolts you wide awake. Oh yeah, let's talk about those infamous pregnancy leg cramps. They can get especially common right around now.
So what's actually causing them? Well, it usually comes down to 2 main things. First, pretty straightforward, the extra weight you're carrying is putting more strain on your leg muscles. And second, your body is super smart, and it's sending key minerals to your baby first, which can sometimes leave you running just a little bit low.
But here's the good news. You are not helpless against them. To help prevent them, 2 things can make a massive difference. First, make sure you're staying hydrated all day long. And second, try boosting your magnesium with foods like bananas, almonds, and leafy greens. It can really help.
All right, as we wrap up our look at week 19, it's time to get excited and look ahead, because a huge milestone is literally just around the corner.
That's right. Next week is week 20. You will officially be at the halfway point of your pregnancy. That is such a huge deal, both physically and mentally, and it is absolutely something to celebrate.
And that halfway mark usually brings another major event with it, the big anatomy scan. This is that super detailed ultrasound that gives you an incredible in-depth look at your baby's development, from head to toe.
Which brings us to our final question for today. From the tiny chambers of their heart to counting all 20 fingers and toes, what exactly is that big scan going to reveal? We'll break it all down for you next time. See you then!